How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for taking time. The one, the only Dua Lipa. It's a pleasure. I know you're busy, so this is wonderful. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for your time. I'm so excited to get to talk to you.
We have to discuss the Prisoner song, of course, but we need to discuss the Prisoner video. How much of a blast was that to shoot, work on, dance on, vibe on, everything?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. We had the absolute best time ever. And to get to, do this song together, to get to collaborate, to then like constantly keep bouncing off ideas and working on stuff together to be able to create a video like this was really a blast. We shot it in New York, and it's your modern day Joan Jett and Sherry Curie vibe. We wanted to give you this 80s glam rock moment of what it would be like if we were on tour together. um it was just so much fun. I love her, and she's so incredibly creative, and she's such a go-getter, and she knows exactly what she wants. And it was really, really incredible to collaborate with her and to work with her on this song. I loved it.
It was neat because we've seen a lot of really different avenues for video shoots over the past 8 months, during the pandemic. And obviously it's hard for artists to get together, but like you and Miley just partying and having this wild video was like, oh, the normal real world. Where are we?
Oh my God. I've
Yeah.
had I've had a couple moments like that, and it's only been on like video shoots, when everything's like in a controlled setting.
Yeah.
And this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to some human contact, I think, especially during this year. But hopefully, I'm always hopeful, and I do think, at some point we'll be able to all get back together. Live shows are going to come back, all these things that I think we all miss so much, even just like going out and hanging out with your friends and going to restaurants,
Definitely.
all that kind of stuff that we all, maybe even took for granted when they were so readily available and easy for us to go to. But yeah, it's the little things that keep the spirit up.
I mean, you and Miley Cyrus obviously had such incredible chemistry, but like whoever you collaborate with is always bang on chemistry, whether it's Calvin Harris, whether it's, J Balvin, whether it's Martin Garrix, you're always collaborating, which I love. How do you choose and why is it always such magic?
I think it depends. I think it's whether it's a collaboration where we go into the studio together and we work on the song. I think that is inevitable chemistry, in the sense of, you're both putting in your art and your vision, and you're working on to get on something together, which then creates excitement for both sides. It's a very exciting process to see that work of art take on its own life. But even in the aspects of like when I didn't write the song, for example, I have to really love the
Yeah.
song. It has to really mean something, and it has to give you a feeling and an emotion. And I think in that aspect, I like to do things that I know I'll be really, really proud of. In 5 years' time, I can look back on them and be like, I still love that song. And that's really important to me.
Well, you certainly have a lot to be proud of, not only, when you're working on solo stuff, but collaborations just is incredible. And speaking of things to be proud of, days away from Studio 2054, which is going to be just nuts. What can fans expect? What can we expect to see and to maybe some special guests, etc.? What's going down?
Yeah, so it's basically I've been given the reins of basically having my own TV show, pretty much. And so I've gone a little bit mad with it all, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We've done, or we're doing about 5-6 hours of dance rehearsals every day. It's like constant choreo boot camp. We're gonna give it to you with outfit changes and choreography and guest performers and guest appearances and acrobats and roller skaters. And it goes from 80s TV studio into a roller rink into like a boiler room New York rave set. And they're all custom built sets, which are all in a warehouse in London, which we're is where we're shooting it. And it's just so exciting to bring something like this to life, especially after not being able to go on tour, and really never being able to create something like this in a tour setting. So really
Yeah.
taking advantage of the fact that we're doing this live, but we get to travel with a steady cam all the way through and bring you into this world, which will be really exciting. And it's something I'm really, really looking forward to. I have many wonderful guests joining me. Some I can
Okay.
tell, like Angèle, who
Yes.
I did a song called Fever with, who I love. She's
Oh,
going to be
yes.
joining me in London. Um, I'm going to have FKA Twigs join me. And then I'll be announcing a few more before the show happens. And then some I'm going to leave as a surprise, for people to like watch and go, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's going
Um,
on here? Amazing.
I want people to expect the unexpected, and it's just going to be a blast.
I
That's all.
have a feeling that you never stop. I don't think you ever stop, especially like all of the projects that you've been putting out over the summer. And just even if you watch your Instagram, you're always working with something, always. And I do want to ask though, because hopefully you will get some time to hang and relax. I know you're extremely close with your family and always have been, and just always kind of rolling together, your brother, your sister, your parents. Are you going to get some time to chill over the holidays? Just have maybe some traditional time to chill out?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna head stateside and spend Christmas with my boyfriend, but New Year's Eve is something that me and my family really celebrate. That's kind of our
Yeah,
tradition. I'll be spending New Year's with them, which
incredible. That's
I think
fantastic.
yeah.
Now, I did want to ask you, because we obviously had the A sides. Are we actually, because I saw that you confirmed it the other day online, are we going to get a B sides album next year? Is this true?
This is true.
Yes. And when is this I'm like trying to get information out of you. When do you think that a fan could expect?
Baby steps,
Okay.
I can tell you that I will be shooting a music video for one of the songs
Okay.
on the B sides next month.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. Fantastic.
All I can tell you.
Now, I do want to say, because not only have you been over the years an incredible advocate and ally and just human in general when it comes to big projects like LGBTQ plus projects, a big supporter of BLM resources and rallies, and of course most recently the American election. Why is it so important for you to use your platform in these ways, which a lot of artists sometimes shy away from?
Well, I guess I've always been very outspoken, and my parents have always been very liberal, and I think that's always
Yes.
been something that has always been very important to me. I do it kind of without thinking. Sometimes it works in my favor, and sometimes I get told off about it, especially when I talk about, the US election and US politics, and I get told to stay in my lane because I'm British. But I believe that it's a privilege to have a platform, and knowing the fan base, and wanting to be a voice not just for myself but for other people too. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I wasn't trying to
Yes.
raise awareness and spread positive messaging or information or ways to do research. And in terms of like the US election, there were things that I had no idea about that I wanted to learn about, that when I learned about it I wanted to share it. And that's kind of all I want to do, is I constantly want to keep learning. I
Yes.
don't know everything. I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming I'm a politician or anything like that. And that I'm in that you know mindset. I love activism, and I love um using my platform in that way. And I just want to continue to learn and work towards that, and do more of it.
You're not only an incredibly talented artist, you're a good human. And I think that the world is honestly a better place for your art, your music, and just your presence. So thank you so much for that. Now, I do have to ask you really, really quickly, because I'm going to, of course, be at Studio 2054 next week at the club. And when we go back to the clubs next year, next few months, I'm going to be dancing to your music. Now, I do a lot of this, Dua. This is my only kind of move when I'm on Zoom. So I was going to ask, do you have anything else that I can bring to the club, online or offline?
It's good. I love that. A little sway, a little shimmy on the shoulders.
The stirring, are you okay with that?
It's dance is free. You can do whatever feels good for you. So you
I
should.
love it. An honor to speak with you. Continued success for you, and well deserved. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Bye.